Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and I need your help. I am going to be auditioning for America's Got Talent. I'm doing this because my aunt has been on me about auditioning for the past 4 or 5 years, and I think she watches the show, and she's just been wanting me to get on there. And so I'm gonna go and take my rig and just show up and see what happens. What I got here, I got a little bass drum on my right foot, foot pedal, clave block on the left, Boss Amy 50 guitar effects pedal, and my trombone here. And I'm gonna play a couple different things for you. I'm trying to decide what to audition with. It's only 90 seconds, and what I'm playing now, I'm practicing, I'm working this stuff out, so my timing won't be totally on, and I'm trying to develop each piece so that it is a sampling of some of the different things that I can do, so it's not everything all at once. So this is rough, and some of the levels will be rough, so apologize for that, but this will give you a little sense of a little bit of what I'm working with, and sometimes it's nice to get a little bit of feedback, so your feedback would be appreciated in terms of what song you like the best of these next couple clips. So here we go. All right, so that was Papa Was a Rolling Stone, as originally performed by the Tempting Temptations. This next song is a very popular song. It has over 100 million views on YouTube, and this does really, really well on the street. But there are some things that make this particularly hard to do what I want to do. It's hard. If I want to do a sampling of my different sounds, I have to change the effects, and this song doesn't really allow many natural pauses to where I could go from the bass to the melody and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna, it's not concert ready yet, it's street ready, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see what I can do with it, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. so that was Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, and that is a very popular here in the state of Ohio, the Buckeyes. It's kind of a theme song for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And so yeah, that you see that there was that little spot where I stopped the bass line and paused so that I could change the effect. And for people that really know that song, that would be kind of strange, you know, that's just kind of jarring. One option that, you know, I'm kind of trying to avoid the option because I think it's a little more elegant to use my hand to change the stuff over here. But what I have done a couple times on the street, if I had the effects pedal on the ground in front of me, and actually change the effect with my slide, because I could kind of do that real quick. So if I had it right here, it would be easier to do that. The problem is if I mess it up, if I was gonna do that, I had to really practice that to make sure I could nail it every time, because it's kind of awkward. You know, a slide is not meant to push those buttons. so it can work. It was cool on the street, but I just prefer to use my hand for this type of thing, because I can't use my feet. You know, it's a foot pedal. It's made to be used, you know, with a feet, but because both of my feet are occupied, I cannot do that. So, and I hope this was, I don't know if this is interesting to anybody or not, the whole just the way that you can think creatively, where, I mean, there's no books on what I'm doing. This is all stuff that I developed, that I've seen other people do things. I've never seen someone do what I do exactly the way I do it, but to me, that's what I like to see in artists and creative artists. Like, I like to see people doing something that's just different. Everybody's doing their own thing, you know. So anyway, for the next song, let me play something that is it's called Spira's Theme, and I've had this for a long time. I've had this, just basically a bass part and a melody, and so let's see what happens. All right, so not my best version of that, but hey, that's Spira's Theme. You know, I actually picked up that little inspiration for that song from a gospel keyboard player. This was years ago. Me and my friend Dr. Who was at a place called the Gospel Grill. I had just kind of started practicing the Mucusless diet, and there was a place that was transformed into, I guess it was like where live music would be, and they would have gospel music and stuff. There was a keyboard player that had this super funky, just had this bass line and this melody, and so I kind of, I don't know how close I got to what he was doing, but I definitely was inspired by what he was doing, and that developed into Spira's theme. All right, so that was my my attempt at Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Now, that conventional wisdom would say that would be the song that I should try to develop. It's nowhere near, in my opinion, it's really not where I would want it to be to take it there, but I could get it ready if I really worked on it. I could nail just like, you know, a minute worth of that song, you know, a minute 30 seconds of that just. But again, that's another one where it's kind of awkward trying to find a good place to change the sound, and because you kind of going, see, some of these songs are actually better with a looper, which is, you know, I'm still developing my looping thing. I never really wanted to become just a looper, like that's my thing. There's a lot of people that get loop pedals and they'll lay down the different layers, but I don't know, I just never wanted to really do that. I like to try to play as much of it as I can and just go back and forth between the different parts. So I appreciate you watching. It's a different type of video. Sometimes my music videos don't get as many views, but if you like it, feel free to share it and, you know, get it out there, because I would like to be able to do a whole lot more music videos of just me playing stuff and talking about music and the arts. You know, people complain about, oh, you talk about his health and diet. It's like, well, I mean, the channel has basically become mostly dedicated to talking about the Mucusless Diet Healing System, but my favorite thing to talk about in the world, more so than health and Mucusless diet, is music. So I thank you for tuning in. And let's see, what should I play to kind of get to end things? Okay, I know what I'll play. Peace, love, and breath.